Well, demand for Canadian crude oil could bring jobs in train cars filled with crude to Port Arthur. KFDM's Lauren Huet reports 2 companies announced an agreement to build a new train terminal, and Southeast Texans looking for work hope the project goes through.
Joshua Peltier is searching for work at Workforce Solutions in Port Arthur.
Yes, I'm a tankerman out on the water. I tank barges, which I can also tank rail cars. It's all the same thing.
Peltier hopes a planned project brings Canadian crude oil down these tracks to a new train terminal in Port Arthur.
Crude oil has been traveling to Port Arthur by rail for some time now. The new fracking and the release of all the extra oil has brought that into us by rail car as well as ship.
The petrochemical company Global Partners and Kansas City Southern Railroad want to partner to bring Canadian crude oil to Port Arthur.
The Global Partners have introduced the idea of a unit train concept for an export terminal that would be located south of the Port of Port Arthur on KCS property.
Global Partners says there's a strong demand for Canadian crude oil. Port Arthur wants to benefit from that demand.
And while the Keystone XL is on everyone's mind, most people don't realize that the Keystone, even if it reaches here, will not provide the full capacity that our refineries need. And so rail will be a big part, ships will still be a big part of all refining here.
The project isn't a done deal. It still needs permits. Joshua Peltier is ready if it goes through.
I think it'll be great. I wouldn't have to go to Houston and Galveston and all these other places for work.
Welcome. Welcome, Global. Come on in. Let's talk.
An invitation that could create jobs at the end of the line. In Port Arthur, Lauren Huet, KFDM 6 News.
Now, according to Williamson, depending on the size, the project could bring in hundreds of construction jobs.